Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome back to another mod spotlight video in SpinTires Mud Runner. Now this is an '06 Chevy Silverado. Now normally if this was a diesel it would be a Duramax, it would be an LBZ since it's an '06. However, as you can see, this truck has been Cummins swapped. Now, it's actually been fully modeled in there to the point that it looks really, really good. You have this air filter box with the cone filter in it. Everything is modeled. The manifold is modeled. The turbo is modeled. Every last single thing that you can see in there is modeled. Even the steering shaft is modeled to where you can see it turning. Now, the fan does run all the time, which is a little bit weird, but I'm going to let that slide because it's a very, very well-detailed truck. Now, we're running dual coilovers up front and leafs in the back with these massive, massive axles. And I'm going to go ahead and put the box on the back, or I should say the bed, really. We'll put the hood on, we'll put the tailgate on, and let's see, tow box. Oh, okay, so you can have it, if you wanted to, you could run it basically as a tow truck if that was what you so desired. I'm going to run it as a standard pickup truck because there are a couple different things that I want to do with this truck. Now, this gooseneck is a little bit different because the ramps are actually already down. Let me see if, let me see how far they go up. Oh, okay, so they just spawn like that, basically, but that's as far as they go. And when you go to lower them down, they'll lower down about, okay, so I see why he did that. He did that to basically relieve the whole idea of, relieve the whole thing where the angle was too steep on the ramps themselves. Now, this truck to drive so far is really, really awesome. Like, you just feel like a badass just driving this thing. Now, does it have that much of a functioning interior view? Actually, yes, it does. You can see Quasimodo 420's logo on the on where the radio screen would be. You have a full Chevy dash in here. The in-game dash, honestly, if it was me, I would remove that. But again, that's just me. Now, this truck is not done yet. I do want to make that clear. There's a lot more stuff that he has left to do that he wants to get done with this truck. You do also have an exhaust that kind of exits halfway back the truck, and that's kind of up to you whether or not you like that. But I really like the fact that this is a quad cab long bed. You don't see very many quad cab long beds in Mud Runner. It's not really a common configuration for a truck. Usually when you see a quad cab long bed, you are seeing it in a dually configuration. Now, that doesn't mean that a quad cab long bed in a single rear wheel is a bad thing. It actually means, to me, it's actually really cool. I love quad cab long bed single rear wheel trucks. In fact, I think 1-ton single rear wheel trucks are really, really, really cool. And don't get me wrong, I love dualies as well, but single rear wheel 1-ton trucks are awesome in my opinion. Now, let's see if we can get this thing into high range. Not bad. See how it does in the mud in high. Well, it actually does really, really well. Like, really well. Oh, God. I was going to say, it does super, super well. I'm honestly kind of surprised by that, actually. Now, you may be wondering why I've brought us here. Now, the reason why I brought us down here to the log station is because of one very simple fact. This truck has the ability to carry small loads of lumber in the bed, which makes this a functional truck. This makes this a functional truck for objective-based gameplay. Now, that is quite rare for modded pickup trucks in Mud Runner, and I think that it's so cool that this truck gives you that option to use it as a functioning vehicle in terms of objective-based gameplay. Because like I said before, not a lot of pickup trucks in Mud Runner support objective-based gameplay. Alright, welcome back, guys, and basically, I'll go ahead and explain to you exactly what happened. Basically, what happened was, we ended up basically picking up a load of lumber and attempting to carry it back to the, the lumber drop-off, which is, where you would go, the lumber mill. And we ran into an issue where we tipped the truck over, and the lumber went to fall out of the truck, and basically the entire game crashed. And I mean, I'm talking like really, really bad. I'm talking really bad crash. Now, when you're dealing with like trucks or mods that aren't finished yet, sometimes you can run into issues. And I'm not going to say that's like Quasimodo's fault or anything like that. I'm not going to say it's the mod maker's fault. It sometimes just happens. Like, it genuinely just sometimes happens with mods on any game. I mean, mods on any game run the risk of crashing, and I decided that since the game crashed and since I had shown you guys that this truck could be used to deliver lumber and used functionally, I decided to, well, functionally in that regard anyway, I decided to bring it out here to Moab and really see if it did well going over rocks. Because I feel like we've explored one end of the capabilities of the truck. Why not explore the other end? That's not bad. Like, the truck's got really good grip, really good power, really good torque. I think the only thing that it needs is a little bit more suspension travel. It feels a bit stiff. That's the only thing, though. Like, that's the only thing that I want to see changed, is I want the suspension to be a little more compliant, a little bit more supple when going over these bumps, going over these rocks, and when flexing out, because if we had that little bit of extra travel, this truck would be so much better in the rocks. Now, I can understand why he left it the way it did, or he left it the way he did, because, and I'm going to say this once, trailers. Trailers, if you have a really soft suspension, we've seen this on other trucks. Basically, if you have a really soft suspension and you try to tow a trailer, you'll end up, oh god, oh, I did not see it tipping over that much. But no, basically, if you have a really soft suspension and you try to tow a trailer, you'll end up getting into really awkward situations with that trailer fairly frequently. Now, hopefully, okay, I was going to say hopefully he has a decent set of winch points on this truck for when it does need to be rescued, like now. Come on! Dude, that thing isn't even budging. I wonder if it's just too much, like, too much truck for this little UAZ to pull. It might be. Might be way too much truck for this little UAZ to pull. There we go. Let's go. Come on. Uh-oh, it's rotating the truck the absolute wrong way. There's one more thing we can do maybe to rescue this thing. Go, go, go. Nope. All right, we're going to go ahead and, like, just because there's so many easy to get to areas on this map, we're just going to recover it to the garage, because honestly, there's nothing wrong with recovering a truck to the garage. It just basically puts you right back to where you started. But honestly, like I said, since this truck is so fast and this map is, like, so vast in terms of what you can do, we can literally just pop it back to the garage and throw it in high, drive across the river, and it'll be good to go again. So the only time, and this is the only time I've found so far where this truck starts to complain, is basically deep mud when it starts to bog the truck down a little bit. If you're in high range, the truck will either bog down or it will start spinning, because you have to be on, like, fairly packed enough ground to get everything to work properly. Now, oh god. All right, well, if you could just casually drive yourself out of there. Nope. So basically, high range is a really, really tall gear, and if you don't have enough momentum or enough speed, you're not getting into it. Basically, put it that way. You are not getting into high range if you do not have the momentum for it. See if we can keep it in high up this hill. Nope. It's too much force. Like, it's way too much force on the truck, and it's got the grip to handle it. It's just actually, when you have that much grip and that much force going up a hill, you can tend to get yourself into some pretty sticky situations, because the truck will grab grip everywhere, and it'll try to grab grip on anything the tires come in contact with. And when it does that, it will either flip the truck one way or the other, or throw it one way or the other, which can, both of those can actually result in some pretty hectic situations. Now, once we've dropped it down to low 2, we are getting some really good grip up these hills. It's pulling very nicely. Oh, yes. Come on, use your grip. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, don't flip over. Nope, there it goes. It was within inches of flipping over. It was seriously right there. Oh, we can't start it back up. Come on. All right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to recover it to the garage, but this is the last time we're going to recover it to the garage because I have one more route that I want to try in this truck because I want it to take on a couple more obstacles, and then, because I want it to, like, I want to take it to some areas that are just dedicated rocks. Like, just rocks, and that's it. Come on! Oh, I ran out of gearing. Let's go. Nope. It ran out of gear again. It needs some happy medium between low 3 and high because low 3 is actually pretty slow and high is not. High is really, really, really fast in this truck. Since we're pointing downhill, though. Oh, yeah. Like, since we're pointing downhill, it'll get into high range super easily. I let off just for a split second. Stay left just a little bit and then head back to the right. Yes, we need to get it up on top of this arch. Oh, I don't know if we can. I don't know if we... What? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. That's surprising. Like, really surprising. Look at that. Dude, look at that. That is intense. That is nuts. The angle at which this thing just climbed is tremendous. That is absolutely freaking tremendous, and I am quite proud of this truck. And I think that it's like, it's definitely like ready to be an awesome truck. I just really would want to make sure, I would just really want to know that issue with the short log load would be fixed, but because it really crashed the game bad when I dumped the truck over. But without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video and make sure you guys come back tomorrow for mods on other games, not just SpinTires Mud Runner. There's gonna be a lot more coming for you guys. There's Mud Runner, there's BeamNG Drive, there's American Truck Simulator, and there's also our favorites like Forza and Need for Speed as well. Make sure y'all come back later. I'll see you next time. Talk to you guys later.